Hey folks. Okay, we're gonna do it quick. We're gonna do it fast tonight. We're not messing around. We got things to do. I need to make it short for you. I'm gonna try. Okay. We're almost out of here, right? We're almost done with everything. You don't have to look at me no more. You don't have to listen to my strange kind of country, kind of city accent thing that I have going on. You don't look at my balding head anymore. It's all gone. You can put it all behind you. Soon, not yet. You have to tolerate me just a bit more. We're in week 7, which means that our semester ends next week. Right? So if we look at the calendar here, the first full week in October, we're done. We're out of here. We're gone. That's great. It's great. These 8-week semesters are quite a bit faster. Quite a bit. Hopefully, I haven't been on the student side of one of these, so hopefully that haven't been just overwhelming for you. But it certainly has gone faster for me. Okay, so this being week 7, we have to turn in our essay this week. It is due. Here it is, right here. If we click on this, it will tell us October 4th, right there. October 4th. That is this coming Sunday. I think I told you Saturday last time. It's due Sunday. That's cool. Get one extra day on there. Yeah. This is a Sunday, not a Monday as before. Or Friday, or Saturday, whatever. It's a Sunday this time. It's a Sunday. So, gives you an extra day to get this done. But you know what? Here, listen. What I'm hoping is we've done this several times now this semester, right? We know the process. We know how it's supposed to look. We know what I'm expecting. We know how to write a paper. We know how to do this. And so I'm hoping that this final one is a little bit smoother for you. It's just a little easier for you to get out. I know it's a little bit of a different animal being argumentative and doing that, but at least we know the process now. So hopefully it hasn't been too bad. Okay, so that is due this coming Sunday. And remember, what did I say last time? Cannot be late. I can't. There's no opportunity for lateness. I can't. It has to be Sunday by midnight. It has to be. We have 2 other assignments due this week. We have this individual activity here. This is just like last time. It's basically taking your essay and writing it in 2 parts, right? It's additional practice at getting towards that final product. So just like last time, you'll submit it there. And then the other one is the peer review. As soon as it comes up here. The peer review here, cooperative essay. So you will post your essay, and then classmates will add their responses to it. No, okay, that's fine. The Comm Lab, the writing lab is a bit under snowed in, a bit underwater right now. They've had a lot of requests for tutoring, and I worry that the turnaround time on these may not be fast enough to really help us out. So I still think it's an excellent resource for you. I think it can only improve your grade. It can do nothing but improve your grade if you submit your paper to Echo for tutoring, for review. But I'm not going to require it. I can't. I don't think I can require it at this time. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's come down here. Let's change the wording of this a little bit. Let's say this. For some reason, we have no points for the initial post. How about that? Now we have the same number of points, and submitting it to Echo is no longer required, right? That Did that work? Yeah, is this 31? Okay, hang on. Let me just change it in the other one real quick so I don't forget. This, nope. Stop, back. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We're trying to be fast. We're gonna be fast tonight. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That is not even, I had it right the first time. Okay. Bam. And then we do highlight, bam, done. Great. Okay. So 2 assignments. The guided writing activity here, and then the peer review here, right? So let's get those in. When do those due? Coming up here pretty soon, right? So the guided activities due October 1st, which is Thursday, and the othern is due, I think the same, isn't it? Yeah, due Thursday. So both of those are due Thursday. So if we get those done, get them out of the way, we don't have to worry about them anymore. We can focus on our paper 100% for Friday and Saturday. And Sunday, hopefully you're not still writing on Sunday, finishing up. But we can focus, laser focus, tunnel vision like a horse wears blinders, staring at our essay, getting that thing done, making it pristine. Perfect. All right, so there's one thing I want to talk about tonight in regards to writing that essay. By this time, we know what MLA format is. We know how our papers should look. We know, what information to put where, our name and our header and all that kind of things. Since we wrote Essay 2, we know how to do in-text citation. We know what the works cited page should look like. And I say that we know because we know we did really good on those. I would say that the vast majority of us did it perfectly or as close to perfect as possible. MLA, like I said, is very particular about certain formatting things, and if they weren't 100% right every time, it's fine. But as long as it was in the right format, in the right look, and had most all of the correct information in there, then we were good. So we know all those things. The one thing two things I haven't talked about yet are argumentation and good sources, right? With argumentation for these papers, let's see here, no, it's in last week. Let's look at the assignment sheet real quick. Let's look at this. So again, minimum 3 sources, good sources. We'll talk about those in a second. Let's talk about organization. Not really. So here's the thing about argumentative papers. The order that they are arranged in is important, is helpful for you. When you gather your evidence to support your argument, you are going to have some good points and you're going to have some okay points, right? You're going to have your really strong arguments and your arguments that are they're just there for support. They're not bad, but they're fine, right? They're a little anyway. How you want to organize this paper is you want to put your strongest arguments first. You want to introduce your paper, you want to tell what your topic is, you want to state your position in that introduction so the reader is clear, and then you give your strongest arguments first, tapering down to your less strong arguments, and then wrap everything up at the end. All right? It's going to take, it will look, organizational-wise, it will look quite a bit like Essay 2, but it's going to have some strong positions in there. You are making statements now. It is your job to convince the reader that you are right and that they need to agree with you. So, if we remember all the way back in week this right here. The rhetorical triangle, right? This is where we are using these three elements to their greatest extent. We need to write with emotion. We need to write this thing like we care about it. We should care about it. It should be something that we care enough to try to convince someone else that we're right about. We should use logos for logic. We should make reasonable arguments. We should make good arguments. We should try to avoid logical fallacies like slippery slope and straw man and red herring bandwagon, those kinds of things. I didn't talk about logical fallacies. I usually do because they're fun. Anyway, and then ethos. We need to write an ethical paper, right? And the best way to do that for this paper, the best way to reinforce our ethos is to bring in good sources. So what do I mean by good sources? I mean, go to the library, look up articles in our database. Those are all good sources. Why are they good sources? What makes a good source and a bad source? Well, a good source has been fact-checked. It's been peer-reviewed. It's been put out into the public and stood the test of evaluation. Other people have read it and said, yeah, I see nothing wrong with that. Or I agree that the methods that position took were the correct ones, right? Those are good sources. So we have academic journals. We have academic, scholar magazines, academic magazines. We have major newspapers. We have major news sources, government sources, education sources. Some organizations, some .orgs, not all of them, but some of them are good. It's important to avoid bad sources. It's important to avoid, listen, that's not even to say bad sources. It is important to avoid sources that could be biased or appear to be biased, right? If we're writing a paper on politics, right? The presidential debate was tonight. If we were writing a paper about the president or the former vice president, and we used as one of our sources John's Democrat website or Sam's Patriotic Eagle website, we can't trust anything those people say for these academic papers. We can't. Because I can create a WordPress right now and say whatever I want, and no one will check me on it. No one will check me. It's not fact-checked. It's not peer-reviewed. It's just something I made up off the top of my head. And because it's on the internet, it looks legitimate. It looks real because I have fancy graphics and nice font. Those are not sources we can use for this paper. Absolutely not. If you use sources like that, and I'm not going to start naming a bunch of websites that I think are questionable because I don't want to. People get riled up. I don't want to do that. But you know what I'm talking about. Major news sources. Okay. Here, let's look at a couple of these here. ABC News. So there's a difference in the kinds of news sources that we have right now. We have major federally regulated news sources like ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, there's a couple others in there. Anyway, so those are federally regulated. There are laws in place that say if they lie, they're going to get in trouble. If it's proven that they have lied about something, they'll get in trouble. Okay? Those are good sources. The entertainment news sources like CNN, like Fox News, like MSNBC, like Huffington Post. We can't use that. We can't use any of those. We can't use those. No Politico, no Washington Post, no Drudge, no Breitbart, no National Review, no Headline News, all of those things. That's not to say that they don't give us the news. They do give us the news. but they are not bound by those federal regulations to always be truthful or to make their best effort to be truthful. So we cannot use those for these papers. If you use one of these entertainment news sites or Twitter or YouTube or Reddit, please don't use Reddit. If you use one of these sites in your paper, you will lose points because I will eliminate that source from your paper and you won't have turned in the required number of sources. Okay? Please use our library website, use major news sources, use books, use major newspapers. I'm pretty sure KFOR is it an NBC subsidiary? Let's see if we can figure it out down here. Nexstar. Oh, it doesn't tell us. Okay. But things like the New York Times, the Bloomberg, Forbes, and some others, some other ones. Anyway, major sources. We have to use those, right? We have to reassure the reader that our evidence is trustworthy. And the way we do that is by choosing from trustworthy sources. Is that to say, now I can hear you, is that to say that every news story on every one of those major sites is always 100% correct? No, it's not, because humans are fallible and knowledge changes all the time, and some people screw up and make mistakes. Some people do things intentionally to mislead. But those major federally regulated news sources are bound to try and be as truthful as possible at all times. So, just want to get that out there. I want us to understand the kinds of sources that I expect for this paper. Okay, where am I now? What's happening? What's going on? That's it. That's really all I wanted to say tonight. I don't want to take too much of your time. We're almost done here. Please take your time on this essay. Make good arguments. The other thing about not just organization for these argumentative papers, but the other absolutely necessary point that you must have in your paper is the counter evidence. If you're arguing an argumentative topic, if it's still argued today, if it's still debated today, that means that both sides have points. Both sides have arguments to be made. If one side had no argument, then it would have been settled a long time ago. You must understand the other side of your position. You must acknowledge it in your paper. You have to call it out in your paper. Say, there are arguments against my topic, and they are this. Some people believe this about my topic. You have to call it out in your paper so that your reader understands that there is another side to your position, but it is then your responsibility to explain to the reader why you are correct and they are wrong. It is your responsibility, hopefully through evidence that you've brought in, to call out deficiencies in their argument and to position your own argument as superior, right? We have to have that. If we don't have that, then if the reader is familiar with your topic already, and they read your paper, and they don't see that other point, they don't see that other position, they might think that you are trying to pull the wool over their eyes. They might think that you are trying to hide information from them in order to convince them that you're right, and then you've lost them. There's no chance of you convincing them that your position is right if you don't acknowledge all the information. Okay. How'd I do? 19 minutes. I was hoping it would be like 8 or something. Okay. All right. This is due Sunday. Our individual activities, our peer review, those are due Thursday in 2 days. This is due Sunday by midnight. I cannot accept them late. I cannot accept them Monday morning at 11 a.m. I can't. I won't do that. So if you miss the deadline of this essay, you will miss out on 275 points in a 1,000 point semester. That is not, it won't be healthy for your course grade. Just gotta say. So please get this in. Like I said last time, just any shape whatsoever is better than nothing. Any paper in whatever shape it is better than zero. All right. That's it. That's all I got for you. I likely won't be back again this week. I think I'll just wait. I'll leave you alone and let you write. And next week, or in our final week, I'll have one more check-in with you, just to wrap everything up and wipe the tears from my eyes as I blubber my goodbye to you. So, as always, reach out with any questions. I'll be happy to help you. And that's it. That's all I got. Goodbye.